I love the Arctic Monkeys. Like, a lot. Every single one of their albums is masterfully crafted, and every single one of their songs tells a story. Sometimes this is the story of a downtrodden man trying to relive past experiences with a lost lover, like in Cornerstone, and sometimes this is the story of a raucous night out with friends and strangers like This House is a Circus. Regardless, the greatest story the Arctic Monkeys ever told came in the form of AM. This album tells the story of a one-sided relationship between a boy and a girl, Alex and Arabella, and you can follow the story by listening to the album from start to finish. AM can be broken up into what I would call chapters, and if you would allow me, I'd like to take you through these chapters one by one, and by extent, the story of AM. The first chapter of this album consists of the songs Do I Wanna Know and Are You Mine, and these two songs are fan favorites off the album. These are what some people think of when they think of the album AM, and to some extent, this might be what some people think of when they think of the band The Arctic Monkeys. These two songs are both extremely relatable. Do I Wanna Know asks the question that we all have had for someone that we have feelings for. If you'll listen to the first couple lines of the pre-chorus, you'll know exactly what I mean.
Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go. Sorta hoping that you'd stay. And we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day.
This song is about that strange and terrible feeling of liking someone and not being sure if they like you back, and it asks the question, do I even want to know what you think of me? After mulling it over for a while, the question is finally asked, are you mine? And the interesting thing about this song is that it's not Alex asking Arabella, are you mine? It's Alex wanting Arabella to ask him that question. The line goes like this.
Satisfaction feels like a distant memory, and I can't help myself. All I wanna ever say is, are you mine? Well, are you mine? Are you mine?
All I want to hear her say is, are you mine? This one line adds a lot of depth to the song because it's not just enough for her to answer yes to that question, it would mean so much more to him if she were the one asking the question. Another thing I find interesting about this song is the way that it sounds. If you were to just read the lyrics without having them performed or with the music, you might think that they want to be read in a slow or somber tone. But it's the total opposite. This song kicks ass. This song is the song you bust out the air drums and air guitar for, but it almost wants to be a sad song. Here, let me read you some of the lyrics without any music, and you'll see what I mean. Are you mine? She's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind, when she's not right there beside me, I grow crazy 'cause here isn't where I want to be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory. This song could be read as slam poetry, but it's not. This song kicks ass. And the reason that this isn't a sad or somber song is because this song isn't about somber sadness. This song is about mind-altering, out-of-control sadness. The reason that you want to scream this song when it comes on is because this kind of sadness makes you want to scream. The second chapter of this album is the I Can't Get You Out of My Head part of this story. This is where we hear One for the Road, Arabella, and I Want It All. In this song, Alex is visiting a girl's house, presumably Arabella, and he's feeling something special, as reflected in the chorus.
So we all go back to yours and you sit and talk to me on the floor. But there's no need to show me around, baby, I feel like I've been here before. I've been wondering where the late to when you tell everybody to go. Will you pour me one for the road?
Alex doesn't need to be shown around Arabella's house because he already feels so comfortable with her. And he wonders that if everybody leaves, she'll pour him one for the road. And usually this is one last drink before you leave a bar, but I think he's hoping for one last final romantic or special encounter between the two of them before he has to go home. Next on the album is Arabella, and this is one of the more lyrically interesting songs off the album, and it starts with the description of Arabella by Alex, and it goes like this.
Arabella's got some interstellar gator skin boots and a helter-skelter around a little finger, and I ride it endlessly. She's got a Barbarella silver swimsuit, and when she needs to shelter from reality, she takes a dip in my daydream.
In this verse, helter-skelter is a perfect choice of phrase because it's a triple entendre. First, between the definition of the word, to move in a disorderly haste or confusion. Second, it's the carnival ride that's popular in England called helter-skelter. And third, it shows us that Alex is wrapped around Arabella's finger. In the bridge of the song, Alex goes on to describe Arabella even farther, and it sounds like this.
That's magic in a cheetah print coat, just a slip underneath it. I hope that's good. I can have one of those organic cigarettes that you smoke. Wraps a lip round a Mexican coat. Makes you wish that you were the bottles. Takes a sip of your soul, and it sounds right.
Moving on, we get to I Want It All. This beauty of a first verse speaks to all the trials and tribulations that this relationship has gone through, but it also speaks to how Alex is willing to look past all that to be with Arabella. The past of the relationship is also described with Alex recalling a time that they had spent together in the last year. The coke mentioned in that verse is either a reference to cocaine or a reference to the coke that Arabella was drinking in the previous song. That being said, there's a capital C for coke in the lyrics, so I think it might be the Mexican coke from the previous song. As far as Alex being left 2,000 light years from home, this is a reoccurring motif in this album. Space iconography is often used to describe Arabella, and I think that speaks to the mysticism that Alex holds for this woman. Chapter 3 is very much the dark night of the soul part of this album. Functionally, number one party anthem, Mad Sounds, and Fireside act as a breather for the audience. The album has been pretty high energy up to this point, but this is the first time we as audience members are able to slow down and really reflect on these lyrics. Let's see how that's done, starting with number one party anthem. In number one party anthem, Alex is moving through a nightclub looking for something, or more accurately, someone who might cheer him up. Things aren't going well with Arabella, and he's decided to move on to anyone for the night. I'm going to move slowly through the first and second verse of this song because the picture that it paints is a little complex and I want to hit every detail.
So you're on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not. Leather jacket, collar pop like antenna, never knowing when to stop.
The she in this part is assumed to be Arabella. Alex was hoping to run into her at this club, but it seems that she's already left and gone somewhere else, possibly with with someone else. As far as never knowing when to stop, this line relates to him pursuing Arabella even though past pursuits have gone nowhere. Okay, moving on.
Sunglasses indoors, power for the cause, lights in the floors, and sweat on the walls, cages and poles. Call out the search for your soul, or put it on hold again.
Sunglasses indoors, par for the course, speaks to the archetype of person Alex is taking on in this club. It's more than him just wearing sunglasses, he is mimicking the persona he sees in the guys that frequent this club. He also calls off the search for his soul. He isn't looking for someone who will complete him, he's just looking for someone.
She's having a sly indoor smoke. She calls the folks who run this, her oldest friends, sipping a drink and laughing at imaginary jokes. As all the signals are sent, arise and invite you to approach. And it seems as though those lumps in your throat that you just swallowed have got you going. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Number one, party anthem.
Alex sees someone from across the bar and has decided to make his move. The woman Alex sees might be talking to someone else and pretending to laugh at that other person's jokes, but when she sees Alex, she is much more interested in him than the other person.
She's a certified mind blower, knowing full well that's I don't. May suggest there's somewhere from which I might know her, just to get the ball to roll. Drunken monologues, confused because it's not like I'm falling in love. I just want you to do me no good, and you look like you could.
This verse confirms that the girl that Alex is now talking to is not Arabella. Alex suggests, hey, maybe I might know you from somewhere, despite already knowing that he doesn't, just to have something to say. This girl can't be Arabella because Arabella and Alex have known each other for at least a year, as stated in the song I Want It All. And back to the point about Alex saying he just wants anyone tonight, the second part of this verse is him saying exactly that. And with that, we reach the true low point of this album, Mad Sounds, a ode to music, a song about songs.
Mad sounds in your ears make you feel alright. They bring you back to life. Mad sounds in your ears, they make you get up and dance, they make you get up.
Even in his lowest of lows, Alex still relies on music to make him feel better, or bring him back to life. The placement of this song in the album makes me think that the reason Alex is feeling so low is because of the events in the previous song. His attempts at casual intimacy haven't done anything to make him feel better, as they often don't, and he's reflecting on his mistakes. Pulling us out of the dismal lull that Mad Sounds puts us in is the song Fireside. This is where Alex begins to realize that maybe things aren't going to work out with Arabella. Or maybe they are. This song is about confusion.
I'm not sure if I should show you what I found. Has it gone for good, or is it coming back around? Isn't it hard to make up your mind when you're losing and your fuse is fireside? And I thought I was yours forever, or maybe I was mistaken, but I just cannot manage to make it through the day without thinking of you lately.
In this song, Alex also refers to love and memories as a physical place, which I think is a super interesting concept. I'll let him sing it for you.
Like in my heart there's that hotel suite, and you lived there so long, it's kinda strange now you're gone. But that place on memory lane you like still looks the same, but something about it's changed.
Okay, are you ready for the real bangers off this album? Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High, Snap Out of It, Knee Socks, Chapter 4 slaps. That being said, there's a reason it's titled The Beginning of the End. This chapter is deceptively depressing. Let's break it down starting with Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High. Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High allows the bass guitar and drums to put in work, laying down the footwork for a absolute bop of a beat. But hiding behind that beautiful, beautiful beat is the lyrics, and they're kind of a downer. The question, why'd you only call me when you're high, isn't being asked by Alex, it's being asked of Alex.
Now it's 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to change your mind. Left you multiple missed calls, and to my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? High. Why'd you only call me when you're high?
Out on a bender with the boys, Alex reaches out to Arabella, as one might do, and she's having none of it. She snaps back with a single pointed question that sums up everything she can't stand about Alex. Why do you only call me when you're high?
And I can see you wonder where I'm at. It sort of feels like I'm running out of time. I haven't found what I was hoping to find. You said you gotta be up in the morning, gonna have an early night, and you're starting to bore me, baby. Why'd you only call me when you're high?
With Arabella being fed up with Alex, she decides to move on, and Snap Out of It picks up with Alex reaching out to her to see how she's been and what she's been up to.
What's been happening in your world? What have you been up to? I heard that you fell in love. I near enough. I gotta tell you the truth. Yeah. I wanna grab both shoulders and shake, baby. Snap out of it.
It's obviously been a while since they've talked, and Arabella has moved on to a more serious kind of love. Alex does not take this well. He still believes that they belong with each other and that he still has a chance to make things work. He thinks that Arabella moving on to someone else is not her being herself, or that her settling down is her being hypnotized or put under a spell.
It sounds like settling down, giving up, but it don't sound much like you, girl. I wanna grab both your shoulders and shake, baby. Snap out of it. I get the feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of it. If I watch, don't continue to swing on a fat lady, fancies having a sing. I'll be here waiting ever so patiently for you to snap out of it. Never spell your hypnotized. How could you be so blind? Snap out.
All of this begging and pleading is to no avail. Arabella has moved on, and Alex is going to have to live with that. The last song in this chapter is Knee Socks, and it is a beautifully somber retrospective on the relationship. It's told entirely in the past tense and has Alex reminiscing on the night that they met.
You were sitting in the corner with the coats all piled high, when I thought you might be mine. In a small world on an exceptionally rainy Tuesday night, in the right place and time. When the zero's standing on the 24-hour clock, when you know who's calling even though the number is blocked, when you want to rent your house wearing my scattering costs and your knee socks. Well, you cured my January blues. Yeah, you made it all alright.
She walked around his house, she cured his January blues, and she made him feel alright. She did it once, and she will never do it again. This is the way the album ends, not with a bang, but with a whimper. I Wanna Be Yours is the beautiful, pained cries of a hopeless romantic. Alex wants something so badly. He just wants to belong to Arabella, but he can't. There isn't much to say about this song that it doesn't say itself, except that this is Alex's admission of defeat and the end of Alex and Arabella's story. I'll let the song speak for itself.
I wanna be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I wanna be a Ford Cortina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be a coffee pot. You call the shots, babe, I just wanna be yours. Secrets I have held in my heart are harder to hide than I thought. Maybe I just wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours.
Post-production Carter here. I just wanted to say thank you guys very, very much for watching. I have been trying to make this a thing for a very long time, and it's good to have a finished product. It was a stage play, and then it was a musical, and then it was a music video of the entire album, and now it's a video essay, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So thank you guys all very much for watching. Big special thank you to my two roommates, Aeneas and Brandon. You guys have been so helpful and patient during this whole project, so thank you for indulging me. Everybody else, please like and subscribe, comment what you think of my rendition of this. Tell me if you agree, if you disagree. I'd love to hear it. Thanks.